Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot.
Oh my God, this is such a... Okay, I just don't... He's just so dumb. Twitter is dying, but it's worth sticking around because there are things that continue to happen on Twitter that could not possibly happen on any other platform. Like the kind of incredible things that you see happen on Twitter, you can't replicate it anywhere else. It's gonna be truly tragic when they unplug the last server because you just comedy gold. Are you ready? Greta Thunberg, who I'm sure you are all familiar with, she is 19, about to be 20 years old. She became a household name for her climate activism as a young woman, like a teenager, and she still exists. And then there's this other person who also exists called Andrew Tate, who I don't really know anything about, except that he seems like kind of a garbage person. The Twitter account of his says, light heavyweight kickboxing world champion, escape the matrix at my website. He kind of seems like a pickup artist or something along those lines, but I'm not entirely sure. So here's where this whole saga started. He just kind of out of nowhere ats Greta Thunberg. Like, I'm not even entirely sure that she had been active on Twitter recently. So he says, I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W16 8-liter quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 810 Competizione have 6.5-liter V12s, and this is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions. And then a picture of him with this fancy-looking car this car looks like it just came straight out of Need for Speed Underground. It looks fake to me. Anyway, so that's where this started. He's just clowning on her for no reason. Whatever. All right, so here's the thing. Things changed for him very immediately because Greta Thunberg came back with, yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Pretty solid comeback. All right. It's not anything too like graphic or anything, you know, smalldickenergy@getalife.com. I think it's a pretty solid comeback. We may or may not have a discussion later on in this segment about whether the body shaming for the small dick thing is good or bad. Not right now. I don't want to we'll get to it. That's the boring part of the conversation. We're talking about the funny part of the conversation right now. So I think that was it. And then he says, how dare you? Keffels, you got bodied by a top G, of course. And then the follow-up tweet to that. So here's the thing. I have not actually watched this yet. I don't know what the contents of this are, and I'm going to be just tortured and surprised with you.
Release some greenhouse gases. I'm obviously a stranger to online controversy. It's not something I often do. But now, the mainstream press is commenting on the fact that I was informing Greta that my very extensive car collection with internal combustion engines which run on dead dinosaurs have an enormous emission profile. And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is...
Oh no, the copium. He is sucking down the copium right now. Do we have copium in chat? Can we get some copium in chat?
I have small dick energy. Why would that be your own email address, Greta?
Oh my God, why would that be your own email address, Greta? This is so fucking stupid.
I mean, obviously I don't want to assume her gender. It's 50-50, but it is what it is. I'm not actually
Does she have her pronouns in bio? She probably does.
Greta, please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you. So,
listen, you are not supposed to try to recycle pizza boxes. They're greasy. Don't recycle pizza boxes. Throw them in the trash. You can't recycle pizza boxes. PSA. Let's get back to this copium. Men trying to prove that they're straight to each other is hilarious. Amounts of gay, true. And in the robe, too, you know, like so many things about it scream like I am a deeply insecure person.
She's mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix. She thinks she's doing good. Someone has sat her
No.
down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot.
Oh my God, this is such a... Okay, I just don't... He's just so dumb.
And then, because I called her out on it, the Global Matrix got this bot farm to like and retweet and all this bot commenting.
Oh yeah, he's claiming that this was a bot. She has 3 million likes on this tweet right now. 3 million likes on this tweet right now. This tweet is currently within the top 25 most liked tweets on the whole website over the history of the website, to be totally clear. He's claiming that was bots.
To try and pretend that her telling me that she has a small dick in her own email address somehow teaches me a lesson.
It doesn't teach you a lesson, really. It's not supposed to. I mean, the lesson is don't try to come at Greta for no reason. That's the lesson you learned today, sir, is that you will get ratioed.
Welcome to a new episode of The Clown Show. But now I know, at least, that
AI-generated likes true.
Greta, with a little hate-filled face, bitter, sitting somewhere without the heating on.
Everybody always makes fun of her, like, and how she looks in her face. That's ableist. She's autistic.
Cold, little hat, shivering. Use my tweets, which is going to make my Twitter account far more fun into eternity.
Okay, so he was acting like he enjoyed it, basically. So, you notice this pizza. I don't recognize that brand. And it kind of looks like maybe it's not in English on there. So here's the twist. Here's the turn that maybe you were not expecting, except that maybe you clicked the video with the title, and maybe you know what's about to happen. Because the next thing that happened is that the Romanian government realized that he was in Romania because of this pizza. They've been like looking for proof. They've been watching his content for proof that he is in Romania so that they could go raid his place and arrest him for alleged human trafficking. Actual Pizzagate. Yeah, so QR code in plain view too. Yeah. So yeah, Romanian authorities were just looking for proof that Andrew Tate was in the country, so they used the social media posts to track him down. His ridiculous video yesterday featured a pizza from a Romanian pizza chain, Jerry's Pizza, confirming that he was in the country. Not only did Greta Thunberg destroy Andrew Tate with her tweet, she made him so angry he inadvertently tipped off Romanian authorities of his presence in Romania with this lame comeback video. Hey there, it's later. Officially, the Romanian police have said that the police box is not the reason why Andrew Tate was arrested, but I think we all know what the better version of the story is. I'm gonna believe it in my heart. For the past 9 months, anti-mafia prosecutors in Romania have been putting together evidence taken from the Tate brothers' villa, from the chat studio, in order to prove that the accusations made during the hearings alleged by their alleged victims are true. And I guess I don't want to get super deep into this part. Hold up, I had a different link to something. Let me find it. Like, what is it that he's accused of? You know, what is going on? This is a Google translation of something from RomaniaTV.net. Trigger warning here for sexual assault and human trafficking. The police say that there were injured persons and they were allegedly recruited by brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate, who misled them that they wanted a marriage/cohabitation relationship and that they had real feelings of love for them. The women were allegedly later transported and housed in buildings in a county, Ilfulf County, where through acts of physical violence and mental coercion, such as intimidation, constant surveillance control, and the invoking of alleged debts, they were sexually exploited by the group members by forcing them to perform pornographic manifestations in order to produce and disseminate, through some social media platforms, material having such a character, and by submitting to the execution of a work in a forced manner from Romanian police. There were 6 injured persons who have been identified as being sexually exploited by this organized criminal group. I didn't mean to say that in a weird accent. My mouth just like stopped working. So yeah, they're accused of sex trafficking, essentially. And that's why they were being searched for. Like the Romanian government was collecting information on them, trying to find out if they were in the country so that they could be arrested and prosecuted, ostensibly. It's just not going well. I kind of skipped over the part where they got super creepy about her. There were some people in the comments who were basically saying that, oh, she would stop being so uptight if you would just, like, they were basically saying, oh, Andrew Tate, you should just, you know, she'll stop being so hysterical after you dick her down, which I'm not seeing. I'm not finding the tweets that I was looking for right now. But that was like an intermediary step that I kind of forgot to add. Yeah, don't call yourself a climate activist, Greta, if you have to burn people like that. Oh, gosh. Thank you so much to my patrons for supporting all the work behind the scenes. I appreciate you so much, and I especially want to shout out Tiago Nascimento, Mersh Rolvag, Jovian F. Gaudreau, Bean, M. Hatfield, Heather Clarkson, Amanda B., Sarah A., R. Halverson, Athiette, Michelle Winter, Wellington Marcus, Nova, Suzanne Maynard, Elizabeth Bartell, Sojo, and Mr. Atheist.